students, welcome to our E.V.S class. Yesterday we had completed our lesson number 3, that is the world of animals, and today we are going to start lesson number 4, adaptation in plants and animals. But before that, let's discuss the homework. So question number 1 for homework was, name any 3 shelters built by human beings. Answer is kennel, pen, shed or coop. You can write any 3 out of these 4: kennel, pen, shed and coop. So question number 2 was, name which animal is called the ship of desert. Answer is camel is called the ship of desert. Question number 3 was, how do animals communicate? Answer is animals communicate using different sounds. And question number 4, I have given you the MCQ, pick the correct answers. I have shared the pic with you, so I am showing you the questions. Let's do question number 4. Yes, question number 4 is MCQ, choose the correct options. First is, a web is woven by, options are bees, spiders, ants, butterflies. So a web is woven by spiders. Web is woven by spiders. Next, a dog lives in a, see the options, stable, shed, pen, kennel. Horse lives in stable. Cows and buffaloes live in shed. Sheep lives in pen. Then a dog lives in a kennel. Kennel is the answer. Next, a salamander is an dash animal. Is an amphibious animal. A rabbit lives in a mound, pen, coop, burrow. In pen, who lives? Sheep. Hens live in coop. Mound means pile. Pile means like a tall pile of sand in which ant lives, ant hill. So a rabbit lives in a burrow. So these are the answers of question number 4. So with this we are done with the homework. Now let's start lesson number 4, that is adaptation in plants and animals. In this lesson we will learn about what is adaptation. We will learn about the adaptation in plants and animals and what is the need for adaptation. Plus we will learn about the types of adaptations with examples. So let's start today's class. As in our previous lesson, I have taught you about what is a habitat. Do you know what is a habitat? Yes, habitat is a natural environment in which plants and animals lives, where they get food, water and shelter. So different plants and different animals live in different habitats. For examples, there are many types of habitats like oceans, forest, sea, lakes. Different plants and animals live in different habitats, like some plants and animals live in deserts, some live in oceans and lakes, some live in mountains, some live in grasslands. So these are the different habitats where plant and animals lives. Now as our lesson number name is adaptation in plants and animals. So we should know what is adaptation. Adaptation is a special feature that allow a plant or an animal to survive in their particular habitat. Adaptation is a special feature which allow a plant or an animal to survive in a particular habitat. That means, for example, we know camels lives in desert, but how they live in desert? Why they don't live in cold regions? Similarly, polar bears live in cold regions. Why they are not found in deserts or in moderate regions or plains? So, what is the features in them that allow them to live in their particular habitat? That means, what is the feature in camel that camel can survive in deserts? Similarly, what features in polar bears allow them to live in cold regions? So now we will get the answers of these questions. Okay, I am showing you some slides through which I am explaining you how or what features allow these animals to live in their particular habitat. So to start with, first we should know what is a habitat. A habitat is a place where animals or plants live. A habitat is a place where they get water, food and shelter. So a habitat is a place where animals or plants live. These are the different habitats where different plants and animals live. For example, some plants and animals live in deserts, some live in forests, some live in seas and oceans, some live in mountains, some live in rivers and lakes. So these are the different habitats where different type kinds of plants and animals live. Yes, now question arises, what are adaptations? An adaptation is a feature that helps a plant or animal survive. Yes, now the question arises, why do animals need to adapt? Why do animals need to adapt? So for that, first we should know what is prey. Prey, P-R-E-Y, prey. Prey is a bird or animal which is the food of another bird or animal. For example, deer is the food of tiger. So for tiger, deer is a prey, shikar which is called. So animals need to adapt. Why animals need to adapt? Because first point is animals need protection from other animals which consider them as prey. है ना? They need protection from the other animals which consider them as prey. So how they get protected from those animals? These animals protect themselves through adaptation. Is animals need protection from extreme cold or hot weather conditions. Some to find a warmer or cold place, they move from one place to another. So animals need protection from cold or hot weather conditions. This is the another reason for adaptation. So these are the two reasons why animals need to adapt. First is to protect themselves from other animals which consider them as prey. and second is to protect themselves from extreme hot or cold weather conditions. Yes, how different animals lives in their particular habitat. Like yak lives in the mountains and a polar bear lives in polar region. Because animals that live in very cold places have thick fur on their body, which protects them from cold. Polar bears have thick fur and padded paws. These are their paws. Padded means cushion like. Cushion, cushion. Your cushion or pillow is soft, na? It gives you comfort. Similarly, padded paws means a soft kind of paws which help them to walk comfortably in the polar regions. So polar bears have thick fur and padded paws to help them survive the extreme weather of the Arctic. And walruses have thick layers of fat. Blubber is fat that help to keep them warm in cold areas. They have a very thick layer of fat. Suppose if the layer is thick, then how the cold will enter in your body? Your body will be warm from inside. So this is how these polar animals have thick layers of fat which help them keep them warm in cold areas. This is how polar bears survive in polar regions. Now, adaptation of a camel. Camel has a thick fur and underwool which provide warmth during cold desert nights and protection against daytime heat. Insulation is protection against daytime heat. It protects them from the heat of desert. Camels store fat in hump. Hump is what? This is their hump. Yeah, the upper part with the outer part which can be seen. This is their hump. A camel store fat in hump and water in long neck and also have cushioned foot. Cushioned foot help them to walk comfortably in sand. If we walk in sand, then what happen? Our feet will be sinked in the sand. But camels have cushioned foot which make them walk properly and doesn't make their feet to sink. Yes, camels can store large amount of water in the fat in their humps. That means in humps they store their water in the form of fat, which whenever they require the water, the fat will be converted into water. Plus they have feet with a large area to allow them to walk on sand. They also have long eyelashes to stop sand blowing into their eyes. Long eyelashes help them to keep the sand away from their eyes. It doesn't allow the sand to enter their eyes. So these are the features in camels which allow it to survive in the desert. Similarly, kangaroo has forward facing eyes to help him judge distances. He can see far away. Plus he has large ears on the top of his head that can turn 180 degree. That means full, half, like this. It can turn like this. This helps him to hear sounds all around. He has large powerful thigh. See the thigh. This is the thigh of a kangaroo. Powerful thigh muscles to help him jump and hop. Next, he has a long thick tail that helps him to balance as he moves. As he jumps, then why does the kangaroo doesn't fall? Because the long thick tail helps him to balance as he moves. So these are the features in kangaroo which help him to uh, jump and survive. So this is how different animals live in particular habitat. Now, adaptations for protection. Many animals have adapted themselves to the environment and to protect themselves from enemies. Some animals are prey for other animals, like deer are eaten by tigers. So for tigers, deer are the prey. So some animals adapt to protect themselves from enemies. Animals like elephant, hippopotamus have thick skin to protect themselves from the hot climate. Some animals have very strong legs and are able to run very fast and can easily run away from danger. For example, deer. Some animals like chameleon, zebra, Arctic fox, polar bear, and frog can trick their enemies because their body color easily blends with their surroundings. That means their body color get merged with their surroundings. That means their color is same as the surrounding so that they can confuse their enemies. Our next topic is types of adaptations. There are different types of adaptations that help a plant or an animal to protect themselves from other animals or to protect themselves from the extreme hot or cold weather conditions. So what are the types of adaptations? Do you know what is physical characteristics? For example, if I say that person is tall, then what is it? It is his physical appearance, physical characteristic. If I say he is short, then what is it? That it is his physical characteristic. So, some plants and animals change their physical characteristics to adapt to their surroundings. Some plants and animals change their physical characteristics to adapt their surroundings. Example, elephants' trunk help them to drink or to pick up objects, or they can clean themselves with the help of trunk. Plus, I have taught you right now that polar bears have padded feet which allow them to walk comfortably in the polar regions. Plus, camel also have cushioned foot, so that allow them to walk properly on the sand, so that their feet doesn't get sink in the sand. So these are the physical characteristics uh, which help them to adapt their surroundings, which help them to live in their surroundings. Plants like aloe vera. Have you seen the plant aloe vera? Aloe vera have thick leaves Why aloe vera have thick leaves? Aloe vera have thick leaves to retain water in the dry region. Aloe vera are mostly found in dry regions. So to keep water in it, their leaves are thick so that it retain water in dry regions. Retain means keep. So aloe vera plant have thick leaves to retain water in the dry regions. You can say it doesn't allow the water to evaporate, which help them to survive. So first is some plants and animals change their physical characteristics to adapt their surroundings. Now second is camouflage. Now what is camouflage? I have given you the example of elephant trunk, body coverings and parts in physical characteristic. What comes? Body covering and parts. See, the elephant trunk is a physical adaptation that helps it to clean itself. See, he is cleaning himself. Helps it. So a elephant's trunk is a physical adaptation that helps it to clean itself, eat, drink, and to pick up objects. Yes, this is aloe vera plant. Aloe vera has thick leaves to retain water in the dry regions. So why they have thick leaves? To retain water, so that water doesn't get evaporate. So to retain water in dry regions, aloe vera have thick leaves. Camouflage is the ability of some creatures which help them to hide themselves by merging with the surroundings. That means you have seen the color of polar bear. They are white in color and they live in polar regions in ice. So they have white color because so that they can hide themselves. They can hide themselves by merging with the surrounding, because ice is also white and they are also white. So camouflage is the ability of some creatures to hide themselves by merging with their surroundings. For example, some animals like zebra, grasshoppers, tigers hide themselves by merging with their surroundings. So camouflage makes hard to spot them. It is hard to spot them. If they will merge with the surrounding, then it will be hard to spot them. Plus it saves some animals from their enemies. They protect them from their enemies. And poachers. Poachers, Poachers. Poachers means the people who illegally hunt birds or animals. Illegally hunt means which is not legal. Some people hunt animals, they kill them, so which is illegal. So camouflage help animals to hide themselves, which help them, and it is hard to spot them. Plus, they save them from enemies and poachers. Now I am showing you what is camouflage. Next type of adaptation is camouflage. Camouflage is the ability of some creatures to hide themselves by merging with the surroundings. That means they can use the color to blend into their surroundings. For example, chameleon can change its color to match its surroundings. Yes, See, the color of polar bear white and ice is also white. So, coloration and protective resemblance allow an animal to blend or to hide into its environment, which is called camouflage. Their camouflage makes it hard for enemies to single out individuals. That means it protects them from the enemies also. Yes, what do you see in this pic? That there are some rocks. See it clearly. This animal, a frog you can say, has hide it by merging with the surrounding or by blending into the surrounding. See, can you make the difference? The color of the rocks and the color of the frog is same. So this is called camouflage. To hide themselves by merging with the surroundings. See clearly. This is a leaf insect. This is not a leaf. It is the insect which is on the leaf. Below is the leaf, but this is the insect which is on the leaf. This is leaf insect. The color of the leaf and the insect is same, green. So this is camouflage. The ability to hide themselves from by merging with the surroundings. Similarly, our soldiers in polar regions hide themselves by wearing the white outfit. See, white, and the color of ice is also white. So they hide themselves from their enemies. They protect themselves from enemies. This is also a kind of camouflage. They save them from enemies. So this is what camouflage. Here we have read about the two types of adaptations. In our next class we will learn about the other two. And two types of adaptations are camouflage and other is physical characteristic. So it's time for homework now, and question number 1 for homework is, what do you mean by adaptation? Describe at least one type of adaptation. This is question number 1. Question number 2 is, how does camouflage help some animals or insects? And question number 3 is, describe the leaves of an aloe vera plant. Question number 3 is, describe the leaves of an aloe vera plant. So these are the 3 questions given to you for homework. Be ready with the answers of these questions. So that's all for today. Thank you.